Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Namaskaram. I am Nanditha Kannan, a Carnatic vocalist. I started learning at the age of 3, initially from my mother. My formative years of learning was under Srimati Shankari Natarajan, who was a disciple of Vidwan T.K. Gondrao. Today I am blessed to be under the guidance and tutelage of Vidwan RK Sriramkumar, from whom I have been learning for the past 10 years. Like any other musician, Varnams have been a very integral part of my learning experience, and I continue to and will continue to revisit them at multiple points, as well as endeavor to learn new unique Varnams. Varnams provide us with various musical insights at every stage of learning. For instance, Varnams are very important for a musician to understand raga bhava, to understand laya control, to understand voice modulation, to understand pitching, and several other facets of musical discipline can be learned through Varnams. I view Varnams not just as foundational exercises, but also as profound, like concert compositions. A strong grounding in Varnams will surely be of help to any musician throughout their musical journey. I am extremely grateful to be accompanying the great dancer and dance scholar Swarnamalya on vocal support and presenting the Thana Varnam in the ragam Kamala Manohari, a composition of the Tanjavur Quartet. We will be presenting this as part of the Varnajalam festival on the 27th of June at 7:30 p.m. at MS Subbalakshmi Arangam, Taramani. This Varnam is very unique because of several reasons. Of course, as a ragam, I am familiar with Kamala Manohari because of the compositions of the Trinity and other great composers as well. But this was my first encounter with this particular composition, and naturally I was very excited at the prospect of presenting a lesser known, lesser heard Varnam. It was a beautiful experience learning this Varnam from scratch, and from the beginning I was very aware of the different musical phrasings, the rare phrasings in the ragam Kamala Manohari that were employed at different parts of the Varnam. For instance, I was very intrigued by the way the Nishadam was handled throughout the Varnam. Different flavors of the same note are employed at different parts of the Varnam. In fact, most of the segments of the Varnam start with the Nishadam itself. And for instance, the Pallavi starts with Ni, and there is a very distinct sort of emphasis that is to be given to the Ni there. Contrastingly, Ni, sometimes we take the Ni from the Panchamam itself. So there are different flavors of the Nishadam. Similarly, different facets of Kamala Manohari that unfurl through the composition. And there is a very gradual, comprehensive unfolding of Kamala Manohari from the Pallavi to the end of the Varnam. Kamala Manohari is one of my favorite ragams because it is at the surface of it a very happy ragam. But what is unique about Kamala Manohari is its ability to balance this delicacy with a sort of depth, and it is because of this subtle emotional flavor of the ragam that it strikes one as very beautiful instantly. Most audiences are familiar with the compositions such as Kanjadalaitakshi or Shankaram Abhirami Manoharam in the ragam Manohari, all compositions of Dikshitar, as well as Kritis in the ragam Kamala Manohari. Kanjadalaitakshi Kamakshi Kamala Manohari Tripura Sundari Kanjadalaitakshi Kamakshi Kamala Manohari Tripura Sundari Kanjadalaitakshi Kama But what is very unique in this festival is that we will be understanding different ragams from the lens of a Varnam, and listening to this ragam through the Varnam gives listeners a very different perspective, because the architecture of a Varnam itself is such that it allows for one of the most complete explorations of a ragam. And learning this Varnam and analyzing the ragam a lot more has also given me a much deeper appreciation of Kamala Manohari. I feel that the work of the Tanjore Quartet has spanned through several generations because of the unique ability of the quartet to have combined the musical sophistication in their compositions with a certain performative vitality, and this is what makes their compositions so unique. It makes it stand apart from compositions of several composers in the same era. Musicians encountered works of the Tanjore Quartet primarily through the dance repertoire, as did I with this particular Varnam. Learning this Varnam has also offered me an insight into the musical imagination of the Tanjore Quartet. I was able to understand how they have found almost a perfect balance between the raga, the melody, the rhythm, the sahitya or the poetry, and also the movement. I feel that the compositions of the Tanjore Quartet are so well suited to movement that the musician begins to dance as we present this composition. And so it is a very new experience for me singing for this dance, and I am extremely grateful to Swarnamalya Akka also for breaking it down so beautifully and teaching me how to sing along with her. This is my first time singing for a Bharatanatyam presentation, and it was a very new experience for me because it is very different from presenting a concert in any other musical setting. What is very important for a musician to understand while singing for a dance is the cooperative nature between the dance and the music. How there is an interplay, a very beautiful interrelationship between the dance and the music. Just yesterday, a great dance scholar and musician was telling me that if a musician is able to master the art of singing for a dance presentation, they will be able to sing in almost any other musical setting. And as I work with these scholars and artists, I realize this more and more because there is so much nuance that goes into presenting a composition as part of a dance presentation. Even if it's just one composition, there's so much that has to be broken down and understood. The meaning of the composition, the raga bhavam that is supposed to be employed at different parts of the Varnam, the pidipas, how to hold certain notes, how to understand the dance through the lens of the dancer themselves. And that is one very striking aspect while singing for dance presentations, is that the dancer also requires the musician to be fully immersed in the dance presentation. The musician is expected to understand movement and gestures and abhinayas. This makes it a very holistic experience on stage. As a young artist, I am extremely grateful to be a part of this festival and to have been given the opportunity to learn such a beautiful, rare Varnam that I may not have had the chance to encounter if not for this festival. I am extremely delighted to be sharing this knowledge with audiences and presenting the Kamala Manohari Varnam, a composition of the Tanjore Quartet. Tickets to this festival are available on KIN. We look forward to inviting you all, and we hope you will be there in large numbers. Thank you so much.
Shri Pakatika Guraka Tarakadum